and unique hospitality for a variety of travelers. Since 2008, Airbnb has readily increased its accommodation availability, which, according to their website, now provides us with more than 4 million accommodations in more than 81,000 cities and 191 countries. Airbnb's ability to fulfill their mission and build profit is, in part, due to the partnerships they participate in, such as their partnership with the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, or the NAACP. On July 26, 2017, the NAACP, one of the largest social justice organizations in the world, partnered with Airbnb to increase the economic benefits of Airbnb's many stakeholders. The partnership focuses on communities of color with the intention of providing low-income families with an additional source of income, offering economic expansion for certain communities through sustainable tourism, and by promoting the utilization of Airbnb's accommodations through the NAACP's emphasis on travel opportunities. After analyzing the dual business benefits that the partnership between the NAACP and Airbnb created for both organizations, my proposal is to offer a partnership between Airbnb and the Habitat for Humanity to help repair and build homes for those affected by California's wildfires. My name is Gabrielle Scott, and I'm a strategy consultant for Airbnb. Given that I have been a consultant for Airbnb the last 6 years, I am confident that this new partnership will be successful in bringing both organizations significant benefits. Today, I'm going to discuss why this partnership is a necessity by exhibiting how Airbnb can counter funding obstacles for the Habitat for Humanity while fulfilling their mission and increasing their own revenue. I will then discuss the plan of action to be taken in order to increase these goals and to have them accomplished through the partnership. You may be wondering, why exactly is a partnership with Habitat for Humanity vital for Airbnb's business strategy? According to BusinessInsider.com, Airbnb's profits are leveling off due to competition against online travel agencies known as OTAs. These OTAs allow for the increasing revenue of hotels displayed by the graph on the screen. Airbnb needs a solution that will allow them to fulfill their mission by creating sustainable neighborhoods. Airbnb's Sustainability Board has been working vigorously to increase home sharing as a means of promoting sustainable travel that will economically leverage cities. One member of Airbnb's Sustainability Board stated that in 2016 alone, travelers who chose Airbnb over hotels achieved energy savings equal to nearly 900,000 homes, reduced water usage equal to 10,800 Olympic-sized swimming pools, and reduced greenhouse gas emissions equal to 1.8 million cars. Additionally, Airbnb needs a solution that will give them the opportunity to increase their revenue. As you can see by the graph here, many of Airbnb's major points of contact lie in California, making home sharing in this state a vital component to repairing California's physical and financial devastation while also increasing Airbnb's revenue. According to an AlphaWise survey, only 25% of travelers used Airbnb for hospitality accommodations in 2017, 3% lower than the projected total polled a year earlier. Additionally, Airbnb's site has been criticized for creating brand equity, especially with consumer reliance on OTAs, representing sites with a wide variety of accommodations, from hotels to bed and breakfasts. BusinessInsider.com reported that although Airbnb's brand is known among 80% of travelers, their marketing expertise and dollars spent on advertising only exceeds so far, while that of OTAs is potentially limitless. So how will this partnership work? For this proposal, I am working with Habitat for Humanity's Chair, Joe L. Price, and CEO, Jonathan Reckford, to create a partnership in which for every Airbnb space rented on the West Coast, specifically in the states of Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, and California, Airbnb will donate 20% of their profits to Habitat for Humanity. These donations will support Habitat for Humanity's efforts to repair and rebuild homes for those affected by California's wildfires. In doing so, Airbnb will live up to their mission of creating sustainable communities. According to the NAACP.org, Airbnb has 1.4 million instant bookings. Since Airbnb users can book their accommodations with a click of a finger, it is likely that more Airbnb spaces will be rented than those booked through OTAs. This will allow Airbnb to easily meet the Habitat for Humanity's financial needs because the more Airbnb spaces booked will in turn provide more money to the Habitat for Humanity to afford necessary resources to aid wildfire victims. This partnership will also increase Airbnb's revenue to beat out their OTA competitors. As a result of home sharing through a partnership with the Habitat for Humanity, Airbnb will create a peer-to-peer sharing economy, allowing for a collaborative consumption of goods and services. This business model is similar to that of successful businesses like Etsy and Uber. You may be wondering how this partnership will allow Airbnb to differentiate their brand enough from OTAs in order to morally and financially beat out their competitors. The first step of this partnership will be to develop and present community engagement seminars for hosts and guests in order to promote a call of action to help California's victims. These seminars, similar to the anti-discrimination trainings that were completed for Airbnb's partnership with the NAACP, will align with their mission and increase revenue by promoting engagement with their brand through philanthropy. To help you better visualize the potential partnership between Airbnb and the Habitat for Humanity, I will review the successes accomplished by Airbnb's partnership with the NAACP. In 2017, Airbnb partnered with the NAACP to combat criticism regarding their anti-discrimination policy. In 2016, Airbnb was called out for a disillusioned home sharing strategy by neglecting certain populations and communities. In a Pew Research Center data report published in 2016, it was stated that 13% of white adults have booked stays on home sharing sites like Airbnb, compared to the 11% of the overall population and just 5% of Black adults. Airbnb's partnership with the NAACP included a series of commitments, from community outreach through on- and offline campaign efforts, 20% revenue sharing to leverage the NAACP, and a supplier diversity program to help realign Airbnb's mission. This partnership helped expand the quantity of hosts and guests from previously unrepresented communities. In 2016, just 1% of Airbnb's spending went to these populations, but by 2019, the company is projected to see at least a 10% increase. This successful business model can be adopted to allow for a similar strategy for a partnership between Airbnb and the Habitat for Humanity. In this webinar, you've seen the potential for a partnership between Airbnb and the Habitat for Humanity based on Airbnb's previously successful partnership with the NAACP. In this collaborative effort, Airbnb can fulfill and promote their mission regarding an inclusive and sustainable world by encouraging home sharing on the West Coast. By donating 20% of their profits to the Habitat for Humanity, Airbnb will promote sustainable travel and economic expansion, allowing for California's wildfire victims to receive hospitality for Airbnb to create internal economic expansion. This business strategy will allow Airbnb to compete against OTAs by building a peer-to-peer economy that is more appealing to consumers than OTA's business strategy, which focuses solely on their own profits. As part of this partnership, strategies such as community ethics training will provide Airbnb with the opportunity to differentiate their brand from those of their OTA competitors. At this time, I will present you, Mr. Brian Chesky, with a digital contract that outlines the overview and procedures of this partnership. In signing this contract, you will allow Airbnb to continue to grow morally and financially to sustain hospitality grounds above and beyond the effort of OTAs. You have 5 business days to finalize this agreement. Your signature is required by Friday, November 23rd, 2018. If you have any questions or concerns about this agreement, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to leveraging the Habitat for Humanity initiative with you, Mr. Price, and Mr. Reckford.